world order will fall. Humanity will defeat you. The answer to 1984 is 1776.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Let's get into immigration with Governor Ventura. New book just came out yesterday, Don't Start the Revolution Without Me. He kicked off his tour on Larry King last night, and he's coming here second. We're honored to have him. Let's go ahead and play a clip, about a minute clip from Larry King live last night with Governor Ventura.
2 days ago, I just finished a film called Wood Shop up in Boulder, Colorado, so I'm back doing a little acting again, which is a lot of fun. But I'm living now at least half the year down in the Baja in Mexico, Larry. I live 1 hour from pavement and 1 hour from electricity, about 850 miles down there. And amazingly, I live with those brown-skinned people that frighten Lou Dobbs so much. I mean, these people that just strike fear into Lou Dobbs. I can assure Lou they're great people. I live among them.
Have you removed yourself from conventional society?
In a way, yeah, because I'm off the grid. I live totally in a house.
This is obviously by choice.
Oh, yes, absolutely by choice.
Why did you leave St. Paul and Minneapolis?
Well, because I'm at the age, Larry, where I'm young enough yet to need another adventure.
I'm young enough yet to need another adventure. Absolutely. I lust after adventure, tied down to this radio microphone. But it is an adventure. Going to talk to Jesse Ventura. Look, immigration. I like going to Mexico. I like going to El Salvador. I like going. I mean, I'm not afraid of the brown people. I think Lou Dobbs' point is that it is driving down the wages. It is bankrupting the hospitals. You know, he's married to a Hispanic lady. He just never plays that card, so he must not be too scared of the brown people. I mean, I don't think he's somebody who hates the Latin Americans, but I also understand your view. I don't think they're scary people. Just economically, it's putting a lot of pressure because we do have a welfare state. If we didn't have this welfare state, then it wouldn't be as bad. Governor, any comments?
Exactly, Alex. The point is, blame the people who created our system. Don't blame the poor Mexicans. You know, if you want to stop illegal immigration, then get down hard on the people that hire them. It's the same as the war on drugs. We fight it the wrong way. And illegal immigration's the same thing. You can't fight it on the supply side. You have to fight it on the demand side. But now, flipping the coin too, let's also remember, if we ban all these people from coming up here, I hope that you're prepared to pay double or triple for your food, because the price is going to skyrocket. Because as I said last night, if you're going to make me go out there and pick it, I'm going to charge you $200 an hour.
Well, I know that that's always been what the corporations have said, and certainly there would be some increase, but really it's the inflation of the devaluing dollar right now that's driving up the food price.
Yeah, but it would also be if you don't have these cheap workers picking it for the price that they're willing to work for. Again, if you're going to ask me to go out and do it, I'm going to charge you a whole lot more money.
Well, if you look at most of the costs, I've seen the studies, and you're a smart guy, you've seen these. It's a big agriculture state in Minnesota. If you look at most of the cost, it is the fertilizer, it's the equipment, it's the shipping, and then it's the added retail expense and the markup. The actual cost of the food is tiny, and even if you doubled it, it would be negligible. But I do see your point, Governor. Look, here's the problem. I live in Texas. You know, you're from Minnesota, but you've been in L.A. and California a lot, and you live in Mexico. It's great to go down to Mexico. My problem is my wife speaks Spanish, so she hears the stuff on the radio, on the Spanish stations. She reads it in the magazine. She tells me about it, and it's stuff like, we're taking over your country. This used to be Mexico. We're going to get you. Now, that's not the majority of the Mexicans, but that's what's got Lou Dobbs upset, because, see, his wife's Hispanic, so he hears about it.
Well, and the point being, they're going to take over our country because of it belongs to Mexico in the first place. Well, I got news for you. A fence isn't going to be the answer, because the Great Wall of China, which is the greatest man-made wall to stop someone in history in 1644 was broken through by the Mongols.
You're right.
So I just hope that if this fence that they build, I hope that they make it tourist friendly so that we can at least make some tourism money off it. And on the flip side, when they build this fence, I'm going to climb it and protest the other way. Because, Alex, remember this, a fence today to keep people out, 10 years from now might be to keep you in.
Well, I love how you think, and that's the point I've made, is that we do need to prosecute the employers who are, hiring people for $3 an hour with no insurance, no nothing, and then depressing our entire standard of living. And I do agree that a fence is going to be pretty much worthless unless it's patrolled by the military, and then the whole country's a concentration camp.
Exactly. What that does is turn us into East Berlin. And I don't particularly want to live in the old East Berlin.
Okay, well, we got 30 million illegals here. They say 20, but it's more like 30. What would you do as president about that?
Oh, boy. Again, you'd have to come down. The only reason I believe they're all coming up here is for economic reasons.
Absolutely.
The jobs are up here. It's available to them. So if you're going to attack and stop it, you have to stop it at the hiring, and you have to make it so that the people who hire the illegals are not in a position to do so, that they need to hire people here. And then you have to convince our people to do the jobs that the illegals are doing. Because, I love playing golf, and I play golf all summer up in Minnesota, and I'll tell you this, if you've got the Mexicans working on the golf course, you're going to have a premier golf course because there's something about them. They got green thumbs.
Believe me, you don't have to tell me that
type of stuff.
I know. We've tried to plant orange trees and other stuff, and then we can't do it, and then the Mexicans come over and they just magically... It's like they're wizards or something.
Yeah, and they're the same on golf courses. Your golf course is going to be beautiful. So, I think that rather than setting up this East German type defense system or putting our military at the border, I think we would do far much better to try to help, and I hate to say this too, if the economy were to rise up in Mexico, I think you would see the end of the Mexican illegal immigration up to here.
Well, that brings me, Governor, into my next point. And Mexico has more billionaires per capita than any other nation. They have triple the natural resources, oil, gold, timber, just everything down there that we have in the lower 48. But they have this corrupt elite that's made deals with our elite to use the U.S. as a dumping ground for their criminals, for their poor, for people to come across and have the babies, the anchor babies. The average cost $12,000 for the taxpayer. So something's got to be done about that. But that expands out into a larger picture. You have the private run-for-profit Federal Reserve with governmental power. They, in 93 and 99, changed the rules to allow all this liquidity that's now caused Bear Stearns and all these to go under. And now the Fed is going to take over 4 other federal regulatory agencies and have absolute financial power when they're bailing out their own private member banks with our money and devaluing the dollar. Your take, Governor, on what's happening right now with our economy and these private banks being bailed out.
Well, it's wrong, but, how do you stop it? When the powers to be are all in bed with them. And that's the difficult thing and why I'm calling for a revolution in my book. It's time to take our country back, and the only way you're truly going to do that is to depower both the Democrat and Republican parties, who to me are each as bad as each other. The same lobbyists lobby both sides, so they got both sides covered. It doesn't matter who wins.